ones. I'm coming in a bit emotional right now, to my surprise, actually. I knew I had a lot of energy running through me for this. But as I was preparing for this, I asked that all the little ones come to me. And I've had them coming to me all day today. But when I did this prayer just minutes ago, they all came because they want to speak to their mummies and daddies today. And Gareth, thank you for being so brave to show up, to be side by side with your little boy, to walk into these flames that you're walking into bravely over and over. And the reason I'm showing up because your little boy showed up to me. And he goes, he wants to teach you a few more things because you keep walking in. But he's not getting the healing he needs. You are. But this isn't about you. And for you to be so brave as to show up within 3 hours, this was put together. I woke up, spirit. I can't even tell you about the last couple of days. Wow. And I'm sorry, loved ones. I know I made promises and I couldn't show up. And I didn't make excuses for not showing up because my loved ones have tools. You have the ability to know, hey, if divergence isn't showing up, there's something going on. But they gave us some tools. And yeah, it's the holidays and it's a tough time. But we know how to fill up on love and light. One of the very few in the world that do. And you actually know how to give it to Mother Gaia and to all your family members that need it, that have no clue how to ask for it. Never mind want it. And this is the thing about this kind of healing. This is why divergence had to go black. We had to learn this little you healing like you wouldn't believe. And you know why? Because we were going to have to take women through, and eventually we were going to have to take men. But here's the thing. This is why Darren knew he had to train queens. Women are in touch with this kind of shit. This kind of intensity, this kind of emotion. We just weren't good at managing it because we held on to all of it. Now we are learning how to process that and why. And then we knew that eventually, if we had enough strong enough queens, that we could convince some men to now step forward. Because we need some kings. There's a reason we don't have king school. We don't have any. We didn't have any queens before this man taught us. Women think they're queens. 5D requires a different kind of queen, a different kind of king. And here's the thing. Sadly, we have so much programming that men can't teach this to other men. Way too much shit comes up for them. Egos and you think you're better than me, all for you. It's just the whole instinctual who's got bigger muscles. It becomes something 3D. We now need to take the greatest of the 3D men and shift them, move them to 5D. Guess what? That means you got to go through 4D. 4D's all about the little you It's all about getting rid of your 3D sludge, getting rid of your weight. And I watched this young man walk into his fires over and over. Gareth, I applaud you, and then have the ability to audio it and video it for the world. That's why Spirit said, pick him. Because I was going through just before, I was about to fall asleep. And I love looking at my kindergarten because all your energies, I'm just loving it. And I see this man's video and little ones and Spirit, not the time to watch that. Your video, Gareth, it didn't keep me up. I was just very clear on what they wanted. You step forward. We have a soul agreement, sir. You have a soul agreement with many souls around the world, and you are stepping into it. You've done a lot of work already, and that's why you can handle this next fire. I'm not going to send you into anything where your feathers are going to get burnt. I'm going to make sure you're going to come out. You're going to be all right. You're going to be protected. And that's what's so beautiful about this is as we teach this, as we move through this, then he goes and teaches other men. Other queens keep going back and teaching other men that feel safe with the queen they're going to walk through this fire with that they haven't before. Because I didn't know this fire till I was taught it. This is nothing I'm bringing in other than what they want you to know. And we have a lot of people that are so triggered emotionally by the little U's. We haven't put out training on it for a reason, loved ones. I'm having to recruit queens to bring in more women, to get them caught up. That's why we've been also busy trying to find loved ones within our family that can be brave enough to walk through theirs first. This is a whole process. And men, for the most part, sadly, weren't programmed for this. It's no fault of your own. And that's why the men that keep showing up, even on this last minute live healing, thank you. We see you. Spirit sees you. And I could not move past this message on Telegram. They would not let me. Every time I came, it's like my fingers buzzed. I was not allowed. So finally I woke up this morning. Okay, there's some around Gareth. All right, let's see this. So I watch this video again, and in it comes to the point where Darren's sitting beside me. I'm doing my coffee. I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of things happening right now. Like there's a whole bunch of chitter chatter. I'm just I had a coffee with Kim going, something's coming in. I can't plan for this. I just have to show up. This is the least prepared I've ever been, loved ones. So you want to talk about fires? I'm walking in too. This is live. This is real. All I know, and like I said to Darren, he's always trying to instill this into me. He's like, there's just, when you have good intentions and your heart is open and you're trying to aid this, and this is a high vibrational energy, there's no way Spirit won't show up for you. It's that whole stepping out onto the path where, but guess what? You got to fall first. You got to get that, I'm going to throw up in my mouth feeling first. Then you got to get the impact to hitting what you need to. Oh, there it is. Oh, then there's a whole recovery. We're talking huge emotions. No kidding, they made this so scary. No kidding, it's only for the movies. Well, now we're in it. So, Spirit wanted to teach us a few new refined tools. And this is what's interesting about this is as I teach the little you over and over and over, there are main components that our loved ones keep missing. My queens kept missing it over and over. This is why I noticed when we put this a little bit more out to the public, it was the same thing, which lets me know there's some very dysfunctional forms of healing out there and programming, which is keeping us very blocked. Loved ones, if you haven't seen Just Look Up, go watch it. Darren, I just watched it last night. That man doesn't get captivated by too many movies. And let me tell you, I don't know how many times I'd smacked and looked at him going, oh, I was coming out of my skin. It is so in your face of how our level of society has gotten. And that's why when you are a petri dish, when you are a light that's coming out of the darkness, spirit goes to it. It sees you. It sees all of you right now. And that's why that's why I got emotional, because I was like, okay, any of the loved ones that are showing up today, come cuddle up. And it was just like a little kindergarten snuggle party over here. And just all of your energies and these brave little ones that are stepping up for you. And first of all, you're stepping up for them too. Well done. Thank you. Not too many people are going to be willing to do this work right now. And that's why I call it sacred work. This is why it touches me so much, because they know the importance of this. We only need such a small handful of people to get this, to jump our world's energy. Because there's so many that are cancerous and death. They're not online, that when the light jumps as much as it can with this kind of healing, and then you wait, once your light gets brighter, more help comes to you. I got a vision one time. I was having a shower and I saw this spirit. I walk up to me and he just had this amazing smile on his face. I was like, hi. And he had like a gold coin of sorts. And he went, like, good works. And he put it into my third eye. And I got a charge. Now, here's a new seed, loved ones. Think about this. If I can send you energy, can spirit not give you its? If you are online, if you are contributing to the light and ascension, can they not put deposits of energy into you? Of course they can. They're putting an investment into you because they believe in you. Just like your little yous, that's why they keep showing up. Because guess what? They don't know how to heal. That's your job. Their job was to hold the pain until you came back and told them how to heal it. So don't go looking for healing to your 5 to 9-year-old. Absolutely not. But here's the thing, even if you don't know how to heal what they show you, you hold them in that space until you find the words. You don't leave and abandon them. And this is where the tweaking is going to come in. I had a lot of your little yous come and felt like they were being poked at. This is what they were saying. My mom or my dad, they just keep poking at me. And here's the other thing that got channeled this morning. Blew my mind. If you have an energetic cup, does your little you not have an energetic cup? And if we're going in trying to heal ourselves with our little yous, and we're doing it dysfunctionally, or we're doing it selfishly, where we are trying to heal, we are trying to get better, are we not taking from their cup? That's what hit me so hard, because I saw visions of little girls and little boys, and they had just little cups. And their parents, their moms and dads were coming in and do healings. going, I'm here to heal because I need to forgive you because I remember a whole bunch of horrible memories when I was your age. Oh, so help me, goodness. I'm going to, spirit just loses their shit around that. Absolutely not. You are not going back to forgive your little you. You're going back to get him or her to forgive you. She was left holding it. She doesn't know any better. What's the fun thing? Was it her job to know? You programmed that to happen to her. Then you had a whole bunch of experiences happen afterwards that kept drawing you back. Why? Because she kept throwing out cords, as she should, to the same energy of things. Enter soul agreements to keep bringing you back to the source of the problem. We just get confused because it's a whole bunch of different actors. Same shit though, same chord. This is not, you don't do this healing for you. This is not about you feeling better. Change your intentions, the little ones are saying. Come back to heal me. You set your intentions to heal me, I'll heal you. But you don't get healed before me. That's like, I want to jump to 5D before 4D. Nope. You walk through the garden with your little you hand in hand. That's how it's supposed to be. Or he's your little warrior sitting in your lap. Now to get to that point, this is where we saw weakness within our loved ones, is they didn't know how to console. Especially when they didn't know how to forgive what they were being seen or shown. Now, Gareth, you did a fantastic job, sir. I'm going to talk to you about your consoling because you did dynamite. Huge. But your little boy had one little problem. I'm going to give you that message in a bit. So here's the thing. If you're going to go and do little you meditations, and you have no spiritual tools, please get back to the castle. Go learn some tools. This is where we're like, there's a reason we haven't taught this. And now we have loved ones jumping into this, and we're going to use this as a tool only because Gareth has done his work. He's done enough where he can sit and take his messages and not take it personally. To know my intention is nothing but for him to jump timelines like he never has. But I don't want him bleeding and bursting his ears as he does it. So this is where now spirit comes in and goes, okay, if he's rising, Jody. He's about to blow his ears and blow his nose. Like it's gonna be an ugly mess. Okay. So Gareth, bless your heart. Spirit's like, whoa, Big Daddy, come here. Come here. This is like part of going. Remember we talked about these information boosts that Divergence has, right? Through 4D. Come. And that's what this little sit down, this little family huddle's about. Is we want to give you a few little tweaks because I got a vision of you, Gareth. And I saw you walking out of your fire. And it was amazing. It was beautiful. You were walking out. You were more empowered. You were stronger. But they showed me the original flame and then the flame afterwards when you walked out. It was smaller, which is why you got the initial high. You got a little bit of breath. But did you notice you had a lot left? It's because of what you left in the fire, which was him. Your fire went down. His stayed the same in the center. And here's the thing. This is why he's like, my dad keeps showing up. That's why he keeps showing up for you. It doesn't matter if his fire doesn't go out. He loves you enough that yours is going down, but he knows it's not sustainable. He needs his dad to come back and do a few different things, which, thank you, because this is part of the messages here. And I know this is a bit of a big little you disclosure, but I got to prep you for this. My queens have been in training for 9 months for this. You think you can jump in the deep end and not, I can't rattle your 3D too much. That's what this is about, is how much we rattle your 3D. And out of respect, I had to protect and make sure that only the right souls and beings came in so that it could flow and I didn't have to censor and be careful based on who I was talking to. We got a nice little family showing here. So with that, Gareth, what we're going to do first of all to catch up some of our family members is I want to show your video. It's 7 minutes. I want you to feel what I felt, and then you're going to hear the readings so that as you heard them, you're going to hear the messages that came in after them. So Kim, would you please play that?
Good evening, beautiful men and women. We're on a roll of sharing, so I said I'd do another one this evening after a very eventful day emotionally again. It just keeps coming the last while. I think once you open a gate, it continues to go. Recently, after the cutting cords, I done the little you meditation. A lot came up, and I was taken to places where I couldn't even remember in my own head. I was emotional again, and I kind of added it into my affirmations daily. I'd pray a lot lately. I've been praying a lot. I've been asking for guidance, for help, for healing. And so over the last few days, I was talking to my little inner child, little Gareth, and I was saying, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Whenever you want to show me something, and we can heal it together. And I thought it was going to be a memory. I was in the gym at about 8 this morning, and it was the 6th class bully. My heart nearly went into my mouth. It was a part of me that wanted to say, little me was coming out, let's go get him. I had to breathe, and I talked to him within the moment. It was powerful because I was looking at him, and this guy, bless him, gave me an awful life for kind of from age 6 to till about 12, till we moved to secondary school. Not sure what it is in Canada or America. Yeah, so I was looking at him, and I wouldn't be on bad terms with him, but it was always, and only because I was so raw with the inner child stuff, I'm talking to myself in my head. I'm saying, I'm safe, it's safe, I'm here. Do you want to do anything? And part of me was saying, confront him, and I says, there's no need to confront him. So I walked into his space, and I said, yeah, I gave him the nod, and we had a bit of back and forth, but it was constantly in my head. But there was it was a sense of really standing in the fire of, I'm not backing down here, but I don't want to go either. It was kind of it was give you a hand, but have the look of, I'm a new man, and to do that, and then to have that kind of experience or that situation, and all the time comforting my little me, saying I'm safe, we're safe, I'm here, and he's not, you know what I mean, he's not trying to play them games anymore because we're mended, and I done a release prayer when I walked away. We had a little chat, and it was grand, but I created a certain level of energy. It was like it was hard to explain. It was like I was here for the little part in me, and then I was also, we didn't want to cause any animosity, or we didn't want to cause any kind of beef, you know. I love the fella. He taught me the lessons of you know, of composure, of self-love, or of, he really got under my skin for a long time. And I walked away, and it was obviously had to happen, because my heart and my chest was heavy all day, and I was constantly just talking to the inner child, saying, I'm safe, I feel this with you. And it was surreal, because it was like I felt what I felt when I was so young, and it was like that stuck all in your throat, and it was just really hard to, it was like an anxiety was coming on, but I know I'm not anxious. And that's what I went to school with for many a days for a lot of my childhood, and it was surreal to have that feeling and to be able to talk to my little child all day, and then to be able to speak about it now. And I speak again if I can help anybody on their way, and it helps me just as much. It is an energy exchange, because when I share, I feel a weight has been lifted, and if anyone listening to it can get something out of it, well, that's life, isn't it? That's give and take. It's energy, and yeah, it was powerful. I think it's still processing. There's still a little lump in my chest, but I'm comforting my inner child. I'm comforting. I'm saying that anything else, and you know, I asked for this. I was meditating and praying and saying, if you want to show me anything, I'm here. And I really had to be there today, because by God, like from bottom of my chin to the top of my stomach, it was like, oh, it was. Again, thanks everyone for always sending me loving messages after, and I hope it resonates with someone, or someone gets something out of it. If not, thanks for listening, because it feels good to be able to share this within this space, because not a lot of people.
How you doing, Gareth? Let's talk to you, my friend. Let's take your speaker off, as you've already received a lot of messages, and we haven't even gotten to your messages. How you doing, hun?
Yeah, not as emotional as I thought I'd be, which is strange, because I've been a bag of emotions the last year. As I'm coming through, as that was coming in again, I'm watching it. Yes, there wasn't a lot of consoling, and from a place where another lesson was self-control that came in, and then
okay, hold on.
I haven't had the tools.
What do you mean self-control? Let's talk about that. They're circling that.
Self-control in regards to it taught me a lot of lessons in regards to not reacting to beings, because there was a lot of venom that came at me for a lot of time in the childhood. So it created a level of, I can take a lot and not have to react with violence or with negativity in the most part. But it's also, I suppose, probably lack of a toolbox to go and console and to take him out of that. And that's where probably a shortcoming, because I didn't understand the relationship, and I'm asking for aspects of myself to come together, to come in, and that relationship is still being worked through.
Well, this is what he's showing you. Okay, so this is one thing. When I do readings, I interrupt. It's not me, it's them.
Yes, that's
Only
fine.
because there's missing messages, the more, because there's so much that comes through. He experienced that trauma. We've got a 6th grader who got bullied and beat up for 6 years. Meets his bully. I want you to feel all this. I want you to hear the story, your story, actually. Here's the thing. We know our story really good when it's our childhood, but when our story is actually happening, sometimes someone has to just say it to you to help you fully realize, oh, okay, I've missed some components of the bigger picture. You are in 6th grade. For the next 6 years, you get beat up by a soul you asked to beat you up. Your little you doesn't remember that. You just got knowledge of this. You have had enough experiences with assholes and dicks and jerks where you now hold a space where that doesn't happen anymore. He, though, is still left holding the 6 years of being shit kicked. So when he hears you say at the gym, control yourself. So remember, you are now asking this, you would have been 11 to 16, 17?
No, 6 to 12.
Oh, not 6th
different.
grade. Oh, I thought you said 6th grade. Okay, so that's different. Okay. Oh, you're even younger, honey.
Yes.
So from 6 to 12 is what you're saying.
Yes.
6 to 9
Primary
being
school.
the most amount to traumas. That's when your little yous hold on to everything. So we're talking prime time. This bully came into your life. He's left with the bruises, the pain of that. So when all of a sudden he has presented and attracted a situation where, okay, Dad, let's see how you deal with this, because a lot of me is holding a lot of that. Dad steps forward, puts in his reason, puts in his, we don't do this anymore. And he's like, why the fuck not? He beat the shit out of me. I got now a big brother who can now go set the record straight, and you're not going to protect me? That's why your little boy is so pissed off at you right now. He feels unprotected again when you could have protected him. Now, I know we're coming in hot and heavy. Hang on, my friend. And this is where, loved ones, if you go into this, you need to have some tools. So when your little you, because ask any of my queens, little yous go and they throw shit at you and go, let's see how you handle this. But honey, you were front and center, like in the trenches. But you were trying to reason with a 6 to 12-year-old who's holding so much energy around that, saying, hey, I'm on good terms with him, man. I got no beef. I got no beef with him. You should have a beef with him if your little you got shit kicked by him. And it's not about retaliating. You know what your little you said to me? He goes, I wish my dad just took me to the car and talked me through that. Held me and watched the scenes of me getting beat up over and over. And the bruises I had to look at. And all the abusive talk that you also gave yourself on top of that. to hold him in that space. I'm not saying let it go. That's basically what you said in the gym to him. Let it go. And he went. And that's the lump. You gave him no voice again. And that's why you're like, okay, you went out going, wow, I feel a little better. A little. That was a thing. You went into a big ass fire, my friend. And yes, you made it a little smaller. But your little you is left rattled, left holding it again. Told, shh, we're men now. He's still a boy. He didn't get that development because we haven't gone back and ever talked to him. There's none of that for him. And this is the thing. If you're going to go into that kind of a fire and you are, and little yous love to throw surprises. That's why we do them all the time. Try and get used to them. So when all of a sudden it's like doof in your face, honey, we felt all of it. You were raw. You were in it. You had anger. You had fear. You had control. It was the whole gamut. But that was you trying to manage him. Instead of going, you know what? I'm going to go put you in a safe place. And I'm going to give you a space where you come here, little one. You show dad what you've been holding. I can only imagine what that little bully brought up, or that big ass bully brought up for you. And yeah, we did ask for this. And I'm not going to leave you as a 6 to a 12-year-old in a gym with him. With a, let it go. 6 years of trauma, he doesn't deserve that. He deserves his dad to take him somewhere where he feels safe and go, come here. I know how much that rocked me as a man. We saw your face. We saw your energy. Imagine him. This is your biggest message from your little you. Awesome, Dad. He's like, did you ever come back and ask me how I felt through that? Did it make me feel better? And honey, thank you for holding the space of this. I know you're sitting nodding. This is a spiritual little spanking. I get it. I get it. But this is where you want to go. So this is your fire. And your little you is going, don't come in here, shake up my fucking house. And yeah, your house is a little smaller. Mine's now a mess. So Dad, can you please come back? Can you please give me the voice I never had? Which is, you've learned to speak up because of that bully. Give him that voice. Go, you know what? Come here, little one. Let me show you how we speak up to people that treat us this way. It's not about fighting. It's about holding your energy. Because you got beat up because your energy was too low. You attracted it because you were offline. You don't attract bullying unless you need to lift your head. You need to get more of a backbone. You need to start channeling some strength and power, or other people are going to take it from you. That's the reality. That's school. Earth School, welcome. And you had an actor that came online where if you were feeling sorry for yourself, if you were offline, if you were not getting proper love, if you were feeding in dysfunctional forms, whatever the case, you attracted and set off an actor to come online to take your power. No one takes your power now. How about you go tell him why? How about you tell him now why you don't get bullied anymore? What did Dad learn? Because he held the space of that for you. So you could learn that. That's a big thing with guys. It's all about who's tougher or where your placement is. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, get it. So be it. There's always a hierarchy. It's just doing it now in a healthy way. Where now you feel someone's energy and you just know based on the feedback. Oh, you know, here, yes, lead. Or I can provide more to this. I can serve this person. So what Spirit wanted to tell you is you had a very emotionally charged moment there at the gym. And when you said, this is what hurt your little boy's feelings, is when you were looking at your bully saying, but I'm not on bad terms with him. He was hurt because that was your, they call it like a little or a big brother moment. He finally was like, my dad's here, or someone who's going to stick up for me. And it's not about fighting him in that gym. It has no.
I understand.
No. It's the language.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Sweating.
Good. Excellent.
It's clammy. Yeah, it was a shortcoming that I didn't have the toolbox of language to comfort or to talk and speak to my little you. And that's where I got it wrong. And I can go
Tweaking.
back.
Not wrong. We just need tweaking. Your fire still went down.
Yes, but I get why the lump is still in my throat today, and that I have still been a bit intolerant around where I'm normally really at peace. It's still a bit of energy that I know, and it's great to have it spoken, because we always try and justify it in our own heads when we're saying, oh, yeah, we're sorted.
Language is everything. And
Yes.
listen what you said to him. You said, I didn't want to cause any beef, because you got to remember, whatever you're thinking, he's hearing. You said, I don't want to cause a beef. He's looking at you going. So you have to look at this from a 6 to a 12-year-old's. This is the thing about doing little you healings. If you're just coming in looking at your viewpoint, I'm helping you look at his.
Yeah.
And you said, this bully taught me lessons of composure and self-love. Do you know what your little you said? I'll just give you a couple eyeballs.
Okay.
But do you see why he's like, he taught you composure and self-love at my fucking expense?
Yes.
Well, you want to come and explain that, Dad? And that's what Spirit said. What would your little you say that this bully taught him? Nothing at this point, because his dad hasn't come and told him. This is why your chest is heavy. Your heart hurts. It's thick. This is called physical healing displacement syndrome. I didn't even know there was such a thing until Spirit channeled that. Physical healing displacement symptom. It's the frog in your throat. It's the uncomfortableness where you come out of a healing, but something's not right. You feel a little better, but it's off. If you're in alignment, you know what I'm talking about. And what they kept saying is, what was the little you left feeling like? Better or worse before you came? Did you even ask them? So that was a big thing. You know how you felt after the healing. Did you hold, and this is where your little you is, sorry, he's coming in real strong right now. He's mad at you because in all of that emotional trauma, he goes, my dad didn't put me in the capsule. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The energy capsule.
Yes.
where you go in and you feel everything. And this is a thing, we haven't taught this yet. So be careful. But now I'm going to tell you, because we've got loved ones who are accelerators. Excellent. Okay, you're going to catch on real quick. When you are in that situation, that's why your little boy wanted to go to the car. Don't take him home. Don't let that feeling subside. Keep him in that moment. He wanted to get out of that space. You go into the vehicle. Talk to dad. Show me what you've been holding. And even if you don't have the words, you just hold him in the space of that. Let him feel that. And you imagine a capsule all around you, and it sits, and build that energy all within that. Build it as much as you can. Weep with him. But here's the thing. This is the letting go they never taught us. Because then you feel it, but you never let go of it. That's why it's in your chest, Gareth. So build it in a capsule with him with you, consoling. Your words, I copy and paste them. I'm going to put them in King Cole notes. Amazing. But hold him and let the energy present itself in a color, in a form, a smog, whatever it wants. Let him show you. Show daddy in this. Put all this energy in this capsule. Because dad knows how to get rid of whatever you're creating in the capsule. I'm learning how to cut the cords, but for now, feel all of that and then see a latch at the end. Make sure his hand's on yours and ask him if he's ready to release it. Wait till he says yes. It's not about when you're ready to. Wait for his hand on yours, look at him and go, you ready? And pull it out. It'd be like a vacuum out of a airplane in a bathroom. Gone. You need to get rid of that. He wants that with you. And he said, hey, guess what? You might have to pull a couple times. He goes, just one thing he knows about his dad, though, is he won't leave. I had struggles keeping queens with their little U's. At least I know with you, you won't leave him. Good job. So he says, can you send my dad back? Because he left me with this. Everything's stirred up, which is probably why some things are going to start spiraling in your life pretty quick. As good as it gets, it crashes. That's because the displacement of unprocessed healing. Because when you disrupt healing and then you don't have an exit point for it, enter little you lightning bolts. Those ones are almost worse than universal ones, just so you know. As they should be. This is a big thing. We have to have a way of letting it go. The letting it go is sitting there, feeling it in those greatest, most intense moments, then releasing it at your feet to suction out. And then let it close and fill it with white light or whatever color he wants. Hold him and say, show daddy where it hurts. Show daddy where it hurts. In any healing, our little yous show us. That should be your first question. Okay, now show me where it hurts. Why? Because now you can put your hand on that place and feed that little portion of you love and light, color, whatever they need. That's why I said this is sacred work. We put out a little you meditation, just a little one. And we have to now come up with a whole bunch of stuff, which is great. We have 10 months of it. But make sure if you're going to go and disrupt your little you's house, don't leave it a mess. Don't leave it a mess. Leave it better. You leave your little you better than you found him or her. How will you know that? Ask them. Before you go, Ask them, how do you feel? Do you feel better or worse? Did mommy help you with that? Did daddy take away some of your pain? If not, then you know what? All I know is that I'm going to stay here for a few minutes. I'm going to love you. Because I know if I just love you for a few more minutes, that's all you need. And the next time you call, I'll come back. Because here was a message that got channeled in, loved ones. Are you ready for this one? Your little yous can connect cords. That blew my mind. I knew we could. And then they showed me the little yous throw out cords energetically to anyone that triggers them. So not only are you cutting cords for yourself, you're cutting cords for your little you. Because he'll keep throwing cords to the same form of energy, to the kind of energy he or she needs healing on. Like attracts like. So people blow through your boundaries as a child, you get abused and pushed over all the time, you're going to keep attracting those people until you go, oh, wait, no. No more. Gareth, that's where you're at. But this is the part of going back and setting that record straight with him. Go show him what daddy learned and was taught, and actually show him different, interesting. There's showing me to show him different experiences that happened after that. Remember when this happened to us? Remember, it's a kind of around the same kind of thing. There's going to be similar stories. And then this person, and that's when daddy was like, no more. Like, no way. I'm not going to let us be treated that way anymore. And because that all happened, now daddy sticks up for us. Do you see how that conversation can happen? And that's why we can't be mad at this person. Because here's the thing. Ask your little boy if he remembers his wings. He won't. Daddy barely remembers them. But before we came here, we were all angels. And we had to ask the angels that loved us the most to do the things that hurt us the most. Because that's the whole point of coming here. And here's the thing. What we asked them to do was so bad, we had to ask them to forget it. And we forgot it too. But here's the thing, that a soul never wants to do that unless we're supposed to learn something. So that bully showing up taught dad how to be really strong and to stand in his power. Because if he's going to protect the garden, doesn't he have to be able to stand up to bullies? Yes, he does. And that's why, loved ones, we need to learn the little you language. If there's a language for equity at 30%, do you not think there's a language for this? And if they've been trying to destroy the 30% of language of equity, do you not think they've been more focused on destroying the 70% they don't want us to know about? There's a whole other language here, loved ones, that you're about to learn. It's going to rock your world. It's going to put you in some deep pits. So make sure you go learn your tools to get out of the pit first. You're not serving the garden, coming out bleeding on the battlefield, trying to hold your light as you're spewing everywhere. No, doesn't work that way. And don't make me drop my light to tell you to get back to the castle. You should know better. You will know by how you feel. How you doing, Gareth?
Yeah, head fog. So there's something going on. I'm actually stuck for words, which doesn't happen too much. I think tonight was great. Yeah, I think I feel where I did go wrong, where I can go back, but not to force it and let it come up when he's ready, and when he feels comfortable doing it. And I'll continue to be here and continue, or maybe start to the dialogue correctly, and to take Dad's part in it rather than and talk him through the experiences up until now, rather than
Work yourself through.
yeah, well, rather just take it for granted that he already knows, which I think that's where I went wrong. Is that I didn't know he forgot
He doesn't know.
because he wasn't.
We left
Yeah.
him with all of it. And thank you for getting that. That's the biggest message now. You can't get mad at a version of your, how can you get mad at someone who doesn't know better? If you know better, hang on. But you didn't know better. And Gareth, you got a lot right. That's why your little you is strong enough to step forward and go, my dad's got this, because I know he's going to come back for me. He always does. He never leaves me. That was one thing your little boy said all the time. Thank you. That's been the hardest part of the training, is to keep my queens there. You're there. That's why they show me this fire. As soon as, Gareth, as soon as you go back and go, you know what? I'm going to do the best I can. All I know is I'm not leaving you. And I'm going to love the shit of you, whatever you show me. That's your job. And then as he shows you, just let him show you. Feel it with him. Build the energy in the capsule. Say, build it in here, because whatever you put in here, Dad can take from you. I learned this new skill. So let's feel this together. Show me what I forgot that you are holding. Build it. Flush it. If he needs you got to cry again, do it again. Build the energy. Flush until there's nothing more to flush, and you'll know, because he'll just collapse in your arms. And then fill it with love and light, and talk to him and caress him. I know this is for a man. This love him like
makes sense.
A father. Watch how you feel walking out of that fire, they said. They went, there's no more fire. This is about, you walk into fires to put them out, not make them smaller. I want you to keep walking into fires, putting them out. Because I need kings to teach other kings. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I know that fire's, it looks scary as shit. I get it. I walked into so many, they were showing me too many of your feathers are being burnt. There's no reason for your feathers to be burnt. That's the heaviness. And he needs to speak. Go back and just let him talk. He's like, just let me talk. We're always going back and talking to our little yous. How about we just let them talk? I think they kind of know some stuff. And it's always a little, whoever goes back and does this healing is always like, wow, I never saw that coming. Or I didn't even remember that. How about you give them the mic so they can? I want to share with you, loved ones, one of my queens, who I love, has dressed up for the occasion and looks beautiful, because I haven't quite seen the little you work like I have with this one. It was multi-leveled, multi-dimensional for this queen. And what I love about her, she has no problem speaking now on behalf of her and her little you. So, Kim, I'm going to just not even give you a topic. I just feel I want to give you this space to share with these loved ones a little bit of your journey because of its powerfulness.
Thank you. And a few things came in while you were speaking to Gareth, so I want to put them out there. Thank you for holding that space. And something I feel my little me really wanted to say to your little me and the other ones, you didn't get it wrong. And I will share my story, which will show you how you didn't get it wrong. Like Jody said, you have soul contracts with everyone here and more. And you held that space so we could give you tools to know better. And now these other moms and dads know better, so they can do better. So you didn't get it wrong. You showed up. So whenever you guys go through something, hold that space for yourself. And the main thing to learn is, okay, I know better now. I can do better. And that was huge for me. Because we talk about running from your little yous, not knowing how to console. Basically, I approached my little me as a to-do list. And it hurts me now, knowing that that's how I approached it. I was like, we need to go in, we're going to do this. And you talked about poked and prodded. I probably had a fire stick to her. And she flipped me the bird for 9 months, to the point where I had such severe physical symptoms. I was laid out in bed. I couldn't sleep. My body was convulsing. I was paralyzed and twitching, and she turned it up. And there were times that I was scared. I didn't want to go back, but I could feel how important this was. And I did. I showed up. And to be honest, I probably fell flat on my face more often than I rose in the beginning. And it wasn't until I understood that she's not something for me to fix. I'm not forgiving her for anything. I'm not doing her any favors. I'm going to her now with love. And honey, I'm sorry I left you with all of this for so long. I see you now, and you knew all along, and you held it, and you waited for mommy. You waited and you held your space when mommy didn't know what she was doing. And even when I fell flat on my face, you showed me love. You showed me love that I didn't know I could have and give. So I'm going to do better for you. And frankly, by her holding, she taught me how to love, because I don't think I ever knew how to love anyone until I learned how to love her. And then I felt her love. My life has changed. And she kept me on my toes, because I came at her so hard as a task. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to heal. And okay, good job. And I did just like you, Gareth. Yeah, okay, just go over here and be quiet. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. Mommy knows how to do it. This is what you do. And she pulled so many actors online. I'm surprised I didn't see them. It was like a full wall of actors. All those cords, she pulled them all in, and they came up over and over again. And something that came up is when we talked them through something, okay, honey, I'm sorry this happened, and this is how we feel. Does anything else remind you of this feeling? Are there other memories that you have that maybe we ask them how they feel? And you know how we're like, okay, remember this time this happened? Are there other times that you might remember? Because we say it all the time, what they remember and will give you. I had so many things that I forgot. When I say 100% forgot, and it took me a long time to believe her and trust her, and trust me, the lightning bolts came. And there was a point where I was basically asking her, oh, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I know. And she's like, you don't even trust me? You don't even trust yourself. Your energy level, you can't even maintain yourself. How can you come to me and tell me how to fix myself? And it was humbling. And not long ago, I had to go to her and be like, Mommy really fucked up. And I'm really sorry for making your house a mess, messier than it was. Because I thought I had all my stuff. And Mommy has tools. And we're going to use these together if you let me. Because I will wait. I will keep showing up until you're ready to forgive me for the mess I've made, and then we can go when we're ready. So, yeah.
Feel that? And this is the thing. Every queen has a different story because every queen had different lessons they wanted. And Carol, I want to go over to you because it's very interesting watching your journey along this process, because it's always the ones that are super strong and in their ways who I've found have the biggest hearts, and they're trying to protect their hearts. But you have stuff coming up, honey. Talk to me.
I can't. It's what Kim said. I can't even remember what Kim said, but it just triggered me. And it's like, how could I love myself? I don't even know. I remember when I met my husband, and I always used to say, like, I don't like myself. And he'd always say, I know there's someone good in there. Like, so I have this shield. I have these shields up, right? Because I know I have a big heart and I want to give my love to everybody, but I never give it to myself. I know that. So I guess maybe that's what you probably wanted.
Who has it?
Who has what?
All your power.
I do.
Mm-mm. If you had your power, this would not be triggering you. Somebody gave you a belief system. Somebody imprinted you very hard when you were young.
Yeah. I know, I got to go back, way back, like to birth. Like I said, I was in an incubator for 4 months and nobody hugged me, kissed me, loved me, right? Like I know I got a bunch of stuff to go back to. I know that.
And that's where we start.
Yeah.
That is all your little you wants right now. No healing. Well, it's going to be healing, but no check boxes. I want you to set intentions. I want, like, set this beautiful space up for yourself. Candles, bath, whatever it is. Setting intentions to go back to that incubator version of yourself.
Okay.
Hear me on this one.
Okay.
And all I want you to do is just to summon her. And however she presents herself, I do see her inside of a glass at first. You're going to have to work on her a little through the hands and touching.
I was 4.5 pounds.
You can go back and energetically heal that version and touch that version of yourself, which will change the version of yourself now. Go back, give her the touches she never got. Energetically go right through there, grab her, hold her, caress her, tell her how beautiful it is, how worthy she is, how much she's wanted, deserves to be here.
Okay.
Is wanted. They keep circling that. Wanted. You are wanted. Say that to her over and over again. You are not a mistake. You are wanted. And no healing. And all I want you to do is you open. Mommy just learned something new. Tell her. And Mommy learned how to open up her crown. And I bring in all this light and it comes out my hands and my feet. Which means I have everything coming out of my hands that I can give to you. And I'm going to give you everything you never had. And you just hold her in that space. And they're showing me just rock her. She misses being rocked.
Okay.
You didn't get rocked a lot.
Nope.
Okay. So go rock her. Nothing else. And just feed her love and light. And put her in that capsule. And instead of releasing things, fill it with things, they're saying.
Okay.
Fill it with everything she didn't get. All the colors. Tell Mimi what color you want. Just so you know, she can totally talk.
Okay.
What do you want? Okay, what else would you, if you could have had anything at that time, what would you have wanted? If she says an elephant, I don't give a shit. You bring her 12.
Okay.
Whatever she wants. I want balloons. I want, you know what, Mommy? I keep getting this. I just want to be held. So just hold her. Do you want to listen to some music? Tell Mommy what music you want. And literally, you might actually, they're saying 3 times. At least 3 times. No healing. You just go back and she'll tell you more and more what she wants before you go into the meditation. Like she wants this and she wants that. And the more you get in tune with it, the more demands, and just please show up, give her everything. Give yourself everything she needs.
Okay.
Fill her cup, because little yous have cups. And here's the thing. I got people going in trying to heal their little you, leaving, taking out of their little you's cups. And their little yous have hardly anything in their cups. Going, I thought this was supposed to heal me, and mommy just took more from me. That's why when you can go and do, that's why we don't teach healing right off the bat. We teach how to connect, how to love, how to console. So that when she does drop some bombs on you, you don't get rocked for 72 hours, because that's her time frame, just, you know. When you get a really good little you ass kicking, it's a 72-hour time frame to recoup. I don't want that for you. So fill her cup. She says, just fill my cup, Mom.
Okay.
No one's filled your cup, honey. Your cup is even pretty empty.
Yeah, I know.
So teach her. So which means you don't go into a meditation until your cup is full. Don't go healing little yous if your cup is empty.
What if there's a bunch of sludge? What if there's only room for 50%?
That's okay, because you filled up with 100%. So you're going in at your 100%.
Okay, thank you.
You got to start somewhere.
Okay.
But at least you're not coming in with 50% sludge. Can you imagine your healing then? That means at least you're coming in with your maximum capacity of love and light at this point. And all I know, sweetheart, is I got to keep coming to you because you hold on my sludge. She is the keeper of your sludge, loved ones. He is the keeper of your sludge, your anchors, and he will not release you of them until it is good in time, and rightfully so.
Thank you, Jody.
You're welcome, honey. So go do that. Now, here's the thing. Carol just got a message. Gareth just got a message. So make sure you two do what this came through. Because if you don't, you now know better. You've been given messages on how to realign yourself. If you don't, enter lightning bolts. You've been warned. You should drop this meeting and immediately go to your little yous, Carol and Gareth, and even a few of you on this meeting. Do that. Watch. Feel what happens. Watch your fires. Ask your little you, show me my fire before we went in. Now show me our fire after. And if it isn't significantly smaller, you keep your ass in there with him or her. You can stay there and go, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't say that. Some fires, little yous aren't ready to let go of 100%. You have to honor. It's not about getting rid of all your major traumas in one pulling. Because little yous are like, a couple of them are like, because they're big. But this is how we let go. We haven't released this yet. You now know. That's the process. Put a capsule. Hold your little you. Let them show you everything. Do you need to show mommy anything more? Do you need to show daddy anything more? No? Okay. Now, mommy or daddy just learned a new tool. See all this energy, this lever? When we pull it together, it all goes away. The universe takes it. That's the beauty of doing this work. I just learned this. Do you want to see? Okay, but you have to help me. I'm not allowed to let go of anything until you're ready to. Do you feel the power that your little you now has? The voice your little you now has. So if your little you goes, actually, no, mommy, or no, daddy, I'm not ready to release it. That you don't go, oh my goodness, I just failed. Oh my God. No, you have the intuition to go, what do you need then? I don't need anything. If your little you has a little tantrum, to go, you know what? This is very new for mommy or daddy. And I don't have the words for you, but all I know is I'm just going to sit here and love you until I get those answers. Do you think for 1 second that if you stay in that space, you're not going to get them? This is why this is the most sacred work. This is why we only need a few of us to do this work, to absolutely jump and quantify the energy on the Earth's grid. Trust that. So I have a few more challenges I got to do. My queens will be staying on board afterwards if you guys would like to talk and share your experiences. They are very dialed and well trained. All I know is I have a lot of meditations I got to bring in. This was a last minute, but there's a lot of little yous that need some more, that want to have a little bit more direction with their parents that are coming in trying to heal them. So I want to be able to give that then. So thank you so much, little ones. Have a great one, and I will talk to you soon.